that's fun, but this is food.
Third or second generation?
There's no precedent for sending checks to descendants of people who have suffered injustices, and to create such a precedent could imply uncalculable expenses in the future. We're dealing with, I think, 6 other communities who suffered from either wartime internment measures or immigration restriction measures. If we were to create a precedent in one instance of intergenerational payments, then the costs would be uncalculable and massive, and I don't think would receive support. And I have to point out that in our consultations, there was certainly not unanimity in favor of sending checks to children and grandchildren. Just having an availability after a meeting that we're doing with the Comfort Women Issue Coalition here in Toronto. I met with their counterpart group in Vancouver in the spring, and the position of the Government of Canada is very clear. We believe that Japan has an obligation to be completely, to face up completely to the vicious system and coercive system of comfort women during and before the Second World War. That's why Peter MacKay was the only foreign minister of a major country to call the Japanese foreign minister in the spring, following Prime Minister Abe's unacceptable remarks, to ask the Japanese provide a clarification. A week following Peter MacKay's intervention, Prime Minister Abe went to the floor of the Japanese Parliament and made a clarification and said he stood by the Kono Statement of 1993, which is an apology and recognizes the coercive nature of the comfort woman system. So we appreciate the fact that we took a very firm step. The Japanese government responded, but we continue a dialogue with groups that are interested in the issue here in Canada. Ours is a government that obviously takes history and historic injustice seriously, both here and abroad.
The other thing is about
it's not, for it to be an effective committee, it has to be relatively small. We can't have dozens of people on it, so we're looking at a membership of 7.
Are they from different parties? I mean, you mean?
Well, obviously we have to have geographic balance, and there has to be, different points of view on the committee. But we're not looking for this to be a political process with representatives of different political factions in the Chinese-Canadian community. We're looking for people who have a long-standing, proven interest in Chinese-Canadian history, and this issue in particular. And ideally, people will also have some kind of a personal connection with it. So we're not looking for a kind of...
so I guess you would be like one person from the PC party, one from the CCC, one from the...
That's possible. That's possible. I mean, we'd like it to be as representative as possible, but ultimately, as I say, whoever's on there is going to have some kind of abiding interest in Chinese-Canadian history. This is not some kind of a patronage position. People won't be paid anything. It's going to be difficult work for them, and I don't want people coming to that committee with preconceived ideas about which project should be funded. It's not. I certainly don't want people coming with, doing special pleading for their own organization or their friends or their projects. I want people that are objective, who are dedicated to an objective commemoration of Chinese-Canadian history, and who have some kind of proven long-term interest in it. Not just to appoint people because they come from X or Y organization.
So would that be
to at least have a chair who clearly is seen as being neutral with respect to the divisions that have existed in the community. Let's face it, there have been differences of opinion in the community, and we don't want this advisory committee to get bogged down in those differences. We want it to transcend those differences and just move forward with funding some really useful projects. As you know, minimum of $2.5 million. There's an option that will be expanded, and there will be additional millions available for this work through the other program, the National Historic Program. So all told, it's hard for us to calculate until the end of the program how much will have been spent, but it'll be an absolute minimum of $2.5 million. Okay, thank you very much, folks. Thank you.
Okay, that's fun, but this is food.